Welcome back to a brand new review on the channel, and today we're going to do Travis Scott's 2014 mixtape, Days Before Rodeo, that just came to streaming services 10 years later, just on last Friday, and I had heard it in completion for the first time just recently, so we're going to go ahead and do a tier list as we do. Like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you guys go join my Discord. I also have a Twitch, please go follow that, and let's jump into things. We're going to go in order, as we always do, and the first song is Days Before Rodeo, The Prayer, and I think this song is a solid A tier. I think Travis seems pretty focused. It's something to bob your head to. I think Travis had a pretty good performance on this, and pretty much throughout the whole album he sounded pretty good. I didn't know that shouting part, that loud ad-lib that comes in a lot, he says Jesus. And then also on this project, at least on the new released version, I don't know about back in the day, I know that Mike Dean handled a lot of the mixing and mastering for this album, so we get like a long, minute and a half outro with, the beat has, lots of different layers and density to it that adds a lot of character on the first song of the album. It's a cool song for me. Then you get Mamacita, which I will put up in A tier. I've liked this Travis song, for a while now, and it's obviously got the iconic, guitar string that loops throughout the beginning of the track, but then also, throughout the track, it just sounds really good. This was the only song on the tape that I have, been listening to and, knew that this was out. And then Rich Homie Quan, who is the other feature, I mean, he's cool to me at first, but I feel like this song is a bit of a stretch where it gets a little bit too long. Travis never really fully comes back in besides the chorus kind of echoing and whatnot. I mean, that part was good, but Rich Homie Quan, he goes on for a while. He takes you pretty much all the way to the end of the track, and I kind of realized that this song does run on a bit. And Rich Homie Quan, he sounds like Future a little bit to me at first. I just don't think this is a feature that really aged too well for me. I don't really see how it's that special. Good thing that the beat is as good as it is. And then track 3's Quintana Part 2. I hopefully, I'm saying that right. I think this one also fits next to those songs in A tier. He had a pretty solid start to this album, and for me on this song, it is the synth just carrying throughout. It adds such a uniqueness to this song, and it's actually an insane beat. This song does feel really short though, with having such a long outro, and I think that adding that made the album experience cool. I was like, okay, he's going all out. It's got its similarities to Rodeo, which obviously came out a year later. He kept the quality, and I was actually quite impressed to see how Travis Scott started his career. I've never heard Al Farrow before, but either way, it was a really cool experience for me. Travis basically just kind of talks about, finessing on this track, and maybe it feels short because there's no T.I. verse, which, someone showed me he was on this song. I don't know if people are happy or what that he's not on this version of the album or the re-release. I don't know why, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I guess I didn't need that feature right now. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect going into Drugs You Should Try, but I think this is S tier. It is one of the best on the album, that's for sure. It's probably the most hype Travis song I had never heard before. I've seen people posting it for years. I just never gave the mixtape a listen, and I didn't know if it was gonna be something like psychedelic or something crazy with the production. I didn't really know what was gonna happen. I was actually surprised at how soft this song was, and you actually have that guitar melody just coming throughout, which just sounds insane to me. I think it's really peak, and the slower moments of the song, it lets that guitar kind of shine again. The verse is very solid, very consistent. The song does kind of cover a relationship, but at the same time kind of the effects of partying, and it's gonna be a song that sounds really good late at night. I think it's a great Travis song. Again, I was hoping it was gonna be great because how much everyone was talking about it for the longest time, so finally got to experience that. I do think I will just put it up in S tier because it's a top song on this project. Don't Play is gonna be up in A tier. I'll put it better than maybe The Prayer, but you have the 1975, whoever their singer is, leads off the song. That's pretty much kind of all you get from that, but having a Big Sean feature in there, I mean, it's just so fitting for this period in time, I guess, so it was cool to see his verse on there. Travis does good as well. I do think this song can be a little bit, repetitive in the chorus. You had kind of long build up at the beginning there, but you hear that, I don't play with these, a whole bunch on this song. It's just being put back in time kind of for the song that makes it such a banger, but it really is a great song. This one also had kind of a long outro to it, so they could add one more beat drop, and this was one where I'm like, okay, did it need to be that long? I can't complain about every single song because it really is only 12 tracks. Skyfall is the 6th song on the project. I'm gonna throw it up in A tier, and I think at least the chorus on this song, it just feels like something I've heard before possibly. I don't know if this song's on GTA radio, or back in the day I was around people or on the radio where they actually played it or something. I just feel like I might might have heard that song before from Travis's part. Even similar with Don't Play. I don't know why. It feels like maybe that has came on before. But that slurred chorus that he does is really so fire. I think Thug is probably slightly better on this track than Mamacita. I don't know. It's really, really close to me. They might actually be the same. And I love that whole era of old Travis. He sounds different and younger and just more reckless back then than I feel like he does now. And his writing definitely is different at times now on something like Utopia. And then the next track, Zombies, is honestly a B tier, but a good B tier. You know what I'm saying? I like listening to this song with the album. It really is like the strangest song on the album. What you guys think? Maybe it feels like that because, I don't know, Travis is orchestrating something. I don't know, maybe Zombies. But he also has that part where he's like, you know, kids sing, and then the chorus kind of drops. And, you know, the verses are cool. It makes the song, you know, what it is. It makes it playable again. I just feel like for some reason when I listen to this song, I'm like, should be in control of a Viking naval fleet or something like that. And when the song starts, the beat's already winding up into something interesting. But I will say this again, a B tier is good on my tier list. You know, don't think that that's like a bad thing in my comments. You know, if I put it down in C and D, I'm probably not saying too many great things about it or really ever listening to the song again. So there's big differences there in my tier list. I'm just saying. Sloppy Toppy, this one is actually just gonna make it up in S tier for me. This is just the type of stuff I liked. The one posse cut on the project because it features Migos on there. It does start off with a very promising kind of soul sample thing and end with it too. Unfortunately, they didn't fully go through with that. We get that vintage Migos where Takeoff sounds pretty good in his verse, Offset, you know, that's all like the second half of the track. But you get a Quavo masterclass. That melodic kind of chorus that popped in is great. Obviously, he's so good at that. I feel like that was kind of his role in the Migos. I don't know what that part is before Takeoff's verse that Quavo sets up. That's like peak part of the song, almost my favorite part of this whole project because there's some weird synth that goes up and down, or I don't know what it is. I'm not a producer, but I don't know. It just sounds crazy, and I think everyone really did their job except for Pee Wee Longway. I don't know, bro. He kind of killed the vibe, man. I don't know who that was because, you know, Quavo was hitting flow switches and a whole bunch of stuff I like. And Basement Freestyle, I think this is a cool track. I'm putting a lot of stuff into A tier. I think that definitely makes sense because how consistent this project is. He's pretty like unhinged on this. I feel like the topic of this song where he just kind of raps about money or fucking bitches or clubbing and partying type lyrics. I mean, it fills a lot of what Travis talks about or just kind of brags about himself or whatever, you know, he needs to or gets off his chest. Worried about too deep of lyrics, I guess, in a Travis Scott record from back in the day. But if you tone all that out, you know, it's pure fun. It's a good album song. I like that he included this. I think Basement Freestyle, that beat, again, fully encompasses that type of beat and trap back in 2014, early 2010s, just all of those sounds. Backyard, bro, this song is actually insane. I did not know about this one. I didn't know what to expect going into it, but it is like a sneaky, crazy good song on the album. It is an absolute vibe. I am throwing that one up into S tier. That is my favorite track that I've been bumping over this weekend for sure. So that is my top on S tier. Yeah, just great energy. You know, backyard we chilling, backyard we smoking, drinking, all that stuff, man. It's just you actually want to go do that. You know what I'm saying? You go hang out with the homies. I could just see this being such a great aux song. To me, this is gonna be like a staple Travis song in my rotation. It genuinely is. It's just kind of everything I want from him. And again, it fits the album so well. The aesthetic and style he kind of went for. Another really cool fun fact about this song actually is Logic uses the same sample on his song Stainless. So, you know, I've been a fan of Logic for a decade now. I've been listening to that song for a decade. So to hear kind of just another song from that era, you know, like 2014, someone uses the same sample. It's just really cool to me. Is one of my favorite moments, you know, learning that those were similar samples is really cool. And then Gray, this one grew on me a lot. You know, I'll put it probably like in the middle of A tier. It's really hard to rank. Some of the A tier songs are so close, but Gray, I don't know if you want to technically call it the outro or what. I think it's just kind of a feel-good daytime type of track that I want to play. For me, most consistently in the song, I like those drums that come in. You really just bop your head to those. I didn't love the outro on this one, and it kind of turns to just kind of all a cappella almost. I don't know. There's kind of a strange beat at the end. I don't really love the way that it ends, but I think him saying like the clouds are always gray type thing is it's also kind of like a stoner type of track. Like there's always like smoke in the air. And then Backyard, I'm going to slide into just B tier. You know, it's a pretty straightforward type of trap song. Nothing really changes throughout. I guess when I'm just looking at it and I'm looking at the album, that's kind of how I want my tier list to be. I just don't think Back as a bonus song, I guess, does really anything for me. I just think I like other songs better. But, you know, everything I do play, I like every song in this project, I do, and I think Travis keeping it 12 tracks is a big benefit to this mixtape and this project and his catalog. It's getting really hard to rank his catalog, if I'm being honest, at this point, because I have Utopia up there, I have Astro World, which are really close, and then Rodeo and Days Before Rodeo are also really close, although I do think the highs of Rodeo are higher. I will say that. It builds his catalog a lot more. I respect Travis a lot more, so to pop up my tier list of all the album rankings that I do, I'm going to put this album into a consistent great category on my tier list. That's how I'd review this one. I'm definitely going to be bumping it, and a lot of my new favorite Travis songs on there I'll definitely be bumping for a long time. So thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of the video. Comment down below you guys' thoughts on my tier list. You know, what do you guys think of this project, or have you been listening to it recently now that it's dropped officially? More videos and streams on the way soon. Follow me over on Twitter, Instagram. I also have a Discord. Join that. Follow my Twitch, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.